Don't be surprised if right after watching this video, money starts flowing into your life. And no, it's not clickbait. It's more common than you think. But before we continue, do something simple. Find a quiet place with no distractions, no interruptions. If you can, put on headphones. Because what comes next, you need to listen to it carefully. I'm going to share with you a series of affirmations. Affirmations that honestly have completely changed my relationship with money. And I'm telling you that straight. You might receive a sign even before you finish the video. It has happened to me several times. It seems like magic, but it's not. Now forget about everything else and focus. There's something you need to understand once and for all. You are not destined. You are programmed. You weren't born to be poor. You were programmed for that. You weren't born to get sick. You were programmed for that. You weren't born to sabotage your relationships either. You were programmed for that too. And that programming was installed very early in your first years of life. That's where the software was built that today drives your decisions, your emotions, and yes, even your bank account. But here's the interesting part. If you can be programmed, you can also reprogram yourself. You don't have to keep living in scarcity. You don't have to repeat the same patterns over and over again. You can change it, and sometimes that changes so fast it seems unreal. When you align your mind, the so-called quantum field, or whatever you want to call it, responds, and it responds quickly. So fast that what many call miracles are simply the inevitable results of a well-done internal change. So stay until the end, because what comes next is key. Listen to this carefully. The problem is not that you can't attract what you want. It's that you're distracted. Yes, it's that simple. The opposite of attraction is distraction. The game of life is a game of attention, where you put your attention, you put your energy, and that is what you become. But of course, you try to convince everyone about the law of attraction, mentalism, and vibration, and meanwhile, your energy gets scattered everywhere. That's not how it works. If you really want to attract something, you need focus, intensity, almost obsession. Do you want to improve your finances? Perfect. So for the next few minutes, forget about everything else. No random thoughts, no distractions, just this. You're going to feel every word I say, not as something in the future, but as something that's already happening. And if you do it right, I'll let you know. Something might happen, a call, a message, an idea that appears out of nowhere. Something is shifting. And if it doesn't happen right away, don't get frustrated either. It's not that it doesn't work. You just need to repeat it. Principles don't fail, people do. So repeat it over and over again until it stops being just a phrase and becomes your reality. Now go ahead, close your eyes. Take a deep breath, let the air out slowly, and listen. Feel every word as if it were already your life. I am financially free and abundant. My life is filled with great wealth. I can buy whatever I want without worry. My bank account is constantly growing. Abundance comes to me easily. I'm a magnet for prosperity. My energy is aligned with unlimited wealth. Money flows to me naturally. I'm deeply grateful for all the money I have. I receive money from multiple sources. I generate income every day. I earn money doing what I love. My wealth gives me total freedom. I do what I want when I want. Money is part of my destiny. And every day I confirm it. My income grows, it multiplies, it expands effortlessly. Everything I give comes back to me, but bigger, stronger. The ideas that come to my mind are worth millions. Every decision I make generates money. I think like someone who already has everything figured out, and that's why extra money appears. Constantly, large amounts come into my life without warning, without resistance, and I am grateful for it because I know it's just the beginning. Wealth flows to me naturally. I live in an abundant, comfortable reality, even a luxurious one. The universe responds, and it gives me more than I imagine. It appears at the most unexpected moments. I have multiple sources of income working in my favor. For me, making money is simple. It's normal. And the best part, my money doesn't just benefit me. It also allows me to help, impact, and uplift others. I am financially free, and you can feel it. My life is surrounded by abundance on every level. I can afford what I want, no stress, no doubt. My bank account grows, even when I'm not looking. Abundance comes because it is aligned with me. I am literally a magnet for prosperity. My energy is in tune with wealth, and money responds. Getting closer and closer, I am grateful for what I have, because that multiplies it. And the more I am grateful, the more I receive. Money flows to me every day. I generate income doing what I like. I enjoy the process, and the result always comes. My wealth gives me options. It gives me power. It gives me peace of mind. Having money is part of who I am now. My income keeps growing. Everything I give comes back multiplied. The ideas keep coming. And every action I take builds more wealth. My mindset has already changed. Now I think big, and that is reflected in my reality. I receive extra money in unexpected ways, large amounts, more and more frequently. I am grateful for the success I have with money, and that gratitude opens even more doors. Wealth finds me, abundance follows me, and I simply accept it. I am deeply grateful for the money that is already in my life, and that brings in more. The flow is constant, infinite. It doesn't stop. I make money every day, and the best part is I do it while enjoying what I do. My wealth gives me real freedom. I do what I want without asking for permission. Because yes, having money is part of my path. My income doesn't just grow, it multiplies. And everything I give comes back to me, but amplified. The ideas that come to my mind have power, a lot of value. And every action I take turns into money. I think like someone who has already won. That's why extra money appears effortlessly. Large amounts come into my life again and again, and I'm grateful for it because I know exactly why it's happening. Am I successful with money? It's obvious. Wealth flows to me without resistance. My reality is abundant, it's comfortable, it's expansive. I live in a version where money is never lacking. There's more than enough. The universe responds, and it gives me more opportunities, more income, more growth. Money shows up even when I don't expect it. And I have multiple income streams working for me. For me, making money is simple, natural. It's not an effort, it's a consequence. And also, my money makes an impact. It helps, it uplifts, it helps others grow. My life is full of wealth in every sense. I can access what I want when I want it. My bank account is constantly growing. No stress, no doubts, no limits. I receive exactly the abundance I deserve because I am aligned with it. I am a magnet for prosperity. My energy attracts wealth, inevitably. Money comes to me in abundance, always. I am grateful for what I have, and that multiplies it. I receive more because I am already ready to sustain it. I make money every day. I enjoy what I do, and that makes it inevitable. My wealth gives me options. It gives me control. And yes, having a lot of money is part of who I am now. My income keeps growing. Everything I give comes back to me multiplied. $1,000,000 ideas keep coming to me, and every step I take builds more wealth. My mind has already changed. Now it thinks big and acts accordingly. Extra money comes in, more and more often, large amounts, effortlessly, without resistance. I'm grateful for all the success I have with money, and that gratitude keeps multiplying it. When it comes to money, wealth finds me, always. I don't chase it, it flows to me. I'm creating a reality where luxury and abundance aren't luxuries. They're normal. The universe responds, and it gives me unlimited wealth. Money appears when I least expect it. And it doesn't depend on a single source. I have several, active, working. For me, making money is easy, natural. And besides, that money has a purpose. It allows me to help others. I'm financially free. And it shows. My life is surrounded by great wealth. I can access what I want without stress. My bank account's constantly growing. I receive exactly the abundance meant for me because I am aligned with it. I am a magnet for prosperity. My energy is in tune with unlimited wealth. Money comes to me again and again in abundance. I am grateful for what I have, and that makes more come to me. The flow is infinite. I make money every day, doing what I enjoy. My wealth gives me freedom. I do what I want, without restrictions. Having money is not a possibility. It's part of my identity. My income grows, it multiplies, it expands. And everything I give comes back to me amplified. $1,000,000 ideas come to me easily. And every action I take generates results. My mindset is different now. I think big, and my reality reflects it. Extra money comes effortlessly. Large amounts, more and more frequently. I'm grateful for the success I have with money, and that gratitude keeps multiplying it. Wealth flows to me constantly, and I accept it without resistance. My reality is abundant, it's expansive, it's powerful. The universe supports me and gives me more. Money comes at unexpected moments, and my sources of income keep growing. For me, making money is simple. And besides, it has impact. I help, I contribute, I expand. Thanks to what I generate. My life is full of wealth. I can choose. I can decide. I can live how I want. My account keeps growing. Abundance doesn't stop. I receive what I deserve because I am ready to hold it. I am a magnet for prosperity. My energy inevitably attracts wealth. Money comes to me, always. I am grateful for what I already have, and that multiplies it. I receive more because I am already that version. I generate money every day. I enjoy the process, and the result comes on its own. My wealth gives me real freedom. And yes, having a lot of money is part of who I am. My income keeps going up. Everything I give comes back multiplied. The ideas don't stop. The actions add up. Wealth grows. My mind has already changed, and that changes everything. Extra money comes in, more and more often, large amounts, without resistance. I'm grateful, and that expands everything. Wealth flows to me, always. Breathe. Feel what just happened, and now. Open your eyes, because what we did wasn't just repeating phrases, it was starting to change your state. You just did something that most people avoid their whole lives, shutting out the outside noise, and facing, even if just for a few minutes, your own inner world. And it's not an exaggeration. Think about it. When was the last time you were with yourself, completely with yourself, without any stimulation, without distractions, without escaping to a screen? Exactly. We live in a constant state of distraction. Notifications, social media, noise, people giving their opinions, infinite content, everything competing for your attention, because your attention is valuable. Very much so. It's literally the currency with which you build your reality. And today, for a few minutes, you took back that control. You closed your eyes. You disconnected from the outside, and you focused on the only thing that truly matters, your internal state. That's not a small thing. It's the beginning of everything. That's why it's no coincidence that ancient teachings repeat it over and over again. The kingdom is within you, and everything else will come as well. It's not poetry. It's not pretty philosophy. It's a practical instruction. But of course, almost nobody follows it. Most people live the other way around. They want results on the outside without touching what's inside. They want more money, but they think from a place of scarcity. They want abundance, but they feel constant fear. They want opportunities, but they're distracted, doubting, reacting. And so, nothing changes because the external world doesn't lead. It responds. You just reverse that order. You didn't stay on the surface. You didn't limit yourself to just hoping something would happen. You went deeper. You felt abundance. And here's the huge difference that separates those who see changes from those who keep repeating phrases without results. Thinking doesn't transform. Feeling does. You can repeat, "I am abundant," 1,000 times. But if your body is tense, if there's doubt, if there's internal contradiction, your mind detects it and it rejects it. It's like trying to convince someone while you yourself don't believe what you're saying. It's obvious. But when you feel it, everything changes, because at that moment you stop trying to believe and start to experience. Your mind doesn't distinguish so well between what you've actually experienced and what you vividly imagine. And when you give it a real emotion, it records it as experienced. And experiences reprogram you. That's what you did. You generated an internal state consistent with abundance. And when there's coherence, the system responds. Always. Not sometimes. Not if you're lucky. Always. Now. This is where many people unknowingly sabotage themselves, because things start to happen and they don't recognize them. Yes, things. Signs. But don't expect fireworks or someone knocking on your door with a briefcase full of money. Although, hey, if it happens, don't give it back. The signs are smarter than that. They're subtle. Strategic. It was an idea that suddenly appeared and that you wouldn't have taken seriously before. A conversation that opens up a possibility for you. A message that arrives at just the right moment. An opportunity that was always there. But now you do see it. Do you know what changed? It wasn't the opportunity, it was you. Your internal state adjusted your perception. And what you used to ignore now stands out. That's not a coincidence, it's alignment. But of course, if you slip into doubt, you lose it. If you start thinking this doesn't work, it was probably just a coincidence, I don't think anything will happen, you cut off the process. Because you go back to your previous state. That's why I don't want you to believe me. I want you to verify it. Keep an open mind, yes. But more importantly, stay expectant. And watch out for this. Because there are two types of expectation. The anxious one, the one that's checking the clock every 5 minutes, and the confident one, the one that simply knows it's on its way. One contracts, the other expands. One blocks, the other allows. Which one do you want to be in? Because here there's a simple but relentless law. When you move something inside, something moves outside. It's not optional, it's inevitable. The problem is that you want to control the how and the when. That's when things get complicated. Because your mind wants guarantees, exact steps, immediate results. But this game doesn't work that way. Your job is not to force the outcome, it's to maintain the state. Maintain clarity. Maintain the emotion. Maintain coherence. Because any vision you hold with enough intensity and that is accompanied by real emotion ends up taking shape, not by magic, but because you become compatible with it. And reality responds to compatibility. It's that simple. Now, something important. Don't undo this in 5 minutes. Don't leave here and automatically go back to worrying, doubting, reacting like you always do. Because then, yes, everything goes back to the way it was before. This requires something very specific. Consistency. Not perfection, not extreme intensity all day. Consistency. Returning to this state again and again, remembering it, sustaining it, choosing it, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Even if a part of you doubts, that's normal. You're changing a pattern you've been repeating for years. It's not going to disappear magically in 5 minutes, but you've already started, and that already puts you in a different place. However, if you're listening to this right now, I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. How many times have you promised yourself you'd change and not done it? How many times have you said this time for real and gone right back to the same old thing. It's okay. But don't ignore it anymore either. There's a version of you, a freer version, stronger, more abundant. That has been waiting for you for a long time, and it doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you not to give up again. So right, I deserve it. But this time I'm going to prove it. Not for me, not for the video, for you. Because if you made it this far, maybe, just maybe, this is the first time you're truly ready. Now let's talk about faith, but for real. Because most people misunderstand that word. Faith isn't closing your eyes and believing just because. That's naivety disguised as optimism. Real faith is something else. It's feeling something so clearly that you don't see yet, that you don't need external evidence to hold on to it. It's an inner certainty. It's calm. It's stability. It's knowing. Need to prove. It's closing your eyes and not imagining something far away, but recognizing something that has already begun. And if right now, even if just for a second you felt that silent certainty, that feeling of this is already underway, then it's already happening. Don't chase it. Don't force it. Don't ruin it by trying to control everything. Hold the state and let reality do its thing. Because when you change on the inside, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself. And yes, it may take a little while, or it might surprise you sooner than expected, but it does come. It always does. Now breathe and realize something. You're not the same person who started this video. Even if it's subtle, you've already changed something. And from here, everything starts to move.